All right, thanks for staying with us. Time to take a look at the headlines this Friday morning. We're joined by social commentator Gbola, who always finds a way to, let you know it's Friday here in the spots. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Gbola, good night to see you.
Thank you once again for the opportunity.
Yes, always nice to have you.
Always a pleasure to be on the set with the duo.
Interesting.
Singing the duet.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I knew
nice.
I looked for trouble.
Yeah, you did. You did.
All right,
but it's interesting trouble anyway.
Start off with the Daily Trust. At 16th Daily Trust Dialogue, Baba Ahmed Dalong clash over Buhari. I guess it's all part of the season. It's part of the political season. Yes, indeed. Of course, Baba Ahmed has been accusing the Buhari-led administration of hypocrisy, while Dalong, the sports minister, says, nah, no such thing. All right, Atiku arrives Washington, meets U.S. officials today. That seems to be the biggest story.
Yeah.
In all the papers.
Since yesterday.
This morning. How about that?
It reminded me of that rhyme we used to sing when I was a young boy in Mushi. Come and see America.
Or it's a case of coming to America.
Oh, say, can you see? Coming to America.
I never knew you this gifted musically.
Okay.
It's interesting the fact that his former boss, who has now reconciled with him in their days of vitriol, wrote that he could not go to America. That has made it the news item now. I want to congratulate him. However, for me, it's an unfolding story.
It is.
I remember as a young journalist in the city of London some years ago, a visiting head of state from one of the Latin American countries, Chile, Pinochet, a former visiting head of state, was passing through London. And before you could say Jack Robinson, some activist went to court and got an injunction, and he could not leave London for almost 90 days.
Yes. Wow.
So I am one who is on the one hand congratulating Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and also helping him to pray. There are some...
He will not experience the Pinochet experience.
History will not repeat itself in that
way. You are too brilliant.
Right. Let's bring in PDP chieftain Deji Doherty, who's joining us via phone now. Good morning to you, Deji. Well, this is the biggest story, like we said in all the papers this morning. What does this visit by the PDP presidential candidate to the United States, what exactly does it mean?
Well, thank you, and good morning, viewers, and also those that are anchoring this news this morning. I think the political space and environment right now is being heated up by even mediocre kind of news. This is a bona fide Nigerian that is visiting the United States. So what's the big deal? If he had one or two issues with the United States in the past, maybe those issues have already been cleared, and he's been cleared to go into the United States. How this affects good governance, how this affects what Nigerians are going through today, it really baffles me. How this makes news in true journalism, especially with the Fulani husband coming up with all the stuff we have in Nigeria today. I don't know what this pretends, but having said this, Atiku Abubakar is, I believe, a stopgap in the problems that we have in Nigeria today.
All right, Deji. All right, Deji. Deji, let me come to you on this. We're trying to manage time. If we follow antecedents in few months when members of the APC and even so many other Nigerians said that Atiku Abubakar cannot visit the U.S. In fact, he was taunted one way or the other. And now that he visits the United States, politically, what does this really mean? Besides the fact that he is a Nigerian, he's a citizen, and if you visit the U.S., it is his own prerogative and all of that. But what does this mean politically?
My brother, if it was the reverse, I know what people will say. Typical politician will say straight away, it's an endorsement by the U.S., it's an endorsement by Trump, it's an endorsement of all sorts. I am going above that. What I think it is, definitely, is a show to the Nigerian people that Atiku Abubakar is free to travel anywhere he pleases all over the world. But having said that, we have to go past that. It's not supposed to be news for Nigerians as political space today.
All right. Thank you.
Today we have issues that go beyond Atiku Abubakar going to the United States.
All right, Deji, thank you. Thank you very much. We have gotten that point, and we have to leave it here now. Deji Doherty, PDP chieftain, thank you very much for talking to us.
We sure have issues that go beyond Atiku visit the United States, but he has taken it upon himself less than 30 days to the presidential election to go to the United States. He has taken it upon himself to make news of it because on landing, immediately when he landed, he tweeted it to the world that he was in America.
I've arrived in Washington, D.C.
And we must also realize that the new deity, the newfound deity of the PDP, who was suddenly reconciled with Atiku, was the one that made an issue in his book.
Okay.
Now watch. So
all right, let's move on. We have
to contextualize things.
Yeah.
It's not so much that Nigerian journalists are not serious or they don't have issues to tackle. But you know what? Sometimes when you are dealing with, sometimes when you are covering the pantomime, you have to report a comedy.
It's okay. Walava is in the house.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
New Telegraph is the next one now.
Don't go there. Are you announcing it to a lady? You are announcing it to your partner.
At last, Atiku lands in the U.S. PDP candidate parleys American officials, business community, and Saraki, ex-minister, on the trip. An ex-VP returns on Saturday. All right, we've talked about that. And then list of cleared presidential candidates and their parties.
And I hope Keyamo too will keep quiet now. Because Keyamo, there's a sealed indictment. But no, it's an unfolding story.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an unfolding story.
Exactly.
Festus Keyamo, is it?
All right, presidency.
No, if you're into it.
Yeah,
right.
Presidency. INEC clears Buhari, Atiku, 70 others. And APC loses Rivers and Zamfara National Assemblies. And SDP has no candidate for presidency. And immigration to spend 2.6 billion naira and 10,600 ad hoc staff for polls. Specifically for SDP, this is really dramatic that even before the polls, there are serious issues already.
Why are you talking about the SDP when one of the two biggest political parties in Nigeria will not be presenting candidates in two states?
Yeah, Zamfara and Rivers.
Two states of the Federation. Yeah. Look, until the internal democratic dynamics of the parties are gotten right, we will still be in the mess that we're in. Now, the truth at this juncture is that, it's just six and half a dozen.
Well, don't you think that really says something about INEC actually being in charge and, putting its foot down, that if you don't obey the rules, this is what you get?
INEC has no choice in these instances because these are court pronouncements.
Okay. All right, moving on.
I'll focus on capacity development, infrastructure, teachers. Sanwo-Olu is saying that. And Agbaje says, I'll use technology to drive Lagos education. And Badamosi said, I'll build more schools like Jakonde. This is a fallout of some of their pronouncements at the Lagos debate.
I owe your viewers a bit of a confession this morning.
Okay.
I am one of the insiders of the a group supporting Sanwo-Olu. So I can't come here and be pretending as though I'm fair. You know what? Experience is it for me.
Okay. All right.
He did lay it out,
well,
a lot of firsts.
However,
on
ultimately, Lagosians are the ones to decide whether it is the infrastructure and teachers or technology for education or more schools.
Sitting beside a Catholic or Catholics, at least I did my confession.
Well, I'm not a Catholic anyway, so...
go ahead.
You're a Pentecoster. Oh, sorry, you're a Pentecostal.
All right, ahead. To the punch very quickly. Oshamole, once you join the APC, your sins are forgiven.
It's an indictment of the perception, is an indictment of the leadership of the APC. Indeed, the president has to be very careful because this has been the perception that people generally have, that once you've crossed over the river Rubicon, from changing from one party before, especially the PDP to the ruling party, that the machinery, the criminal justice machinery, suddenly go kissy and start puddling at you.
Well,
the truth is that it is bad. We have to get serious. We're talking about governance there, and governance of 200 million human lives.
Okay, moving on very quickly. Even if I choose the Pope as running mate, 67% of Christians won't vote for me. That's El Rufai speaking there, governor of Kaduna State. What he's saying is, you know, because of this whole sentiment about Muslim ticket or Christian-Muslim, and he did ask a question. Okay, you had a Christian deputy governor. How has that really changed the lives of the people? That what he is after is the best man for the job, or in this case, the best woman for the job.
He's talking about taking religion and ethnicity
out of politics and out of governance.
If you see from that window, ideally, one would say yes, it's good. But the point there is that when you're facing the realities of politics, you have to be sensitive to where you are.
I like it when we
well,
change rules.
Well,
I like it. I like it when I like to see.
I wonder if you agree. He's saying.
I like to see the two of you do the analysis.
Is your analysis?
No.
Is your analysis?
Go ahead.
What El Rufai has said is this whole, you know, federal character thing is taunting our development as a nation. Do you agree?
I must say that his defiance of a convention that is somewhat established in Nigeria, for me, is an act of courage. I must say that he must be ready to go through the whole org with this belief.
Okay.
I must say that...
So it's not selective?
So it's not selective. At this point now, it does seem to be a good way to rationalize his unconventional and unorthodox decision.
Yeah.
But you know what? As a Nigerian who has gotten to the point now where I've seen mediocrity, incompetence established, you know, on the predicate of, you know, we must pair a Christian with a Muslim, we must quota system. I also think it's about time we start trying some other things.
Okay.
When it comes to that,
yes.
certainly. Why
All right, bottom column here. In the meantime, Imo APC suspends Okorocha.
No, you want to read that again?
Imo APC suspends Okorocha.
And in Ogun State, some members of the party are complaining that their senatorial central district senatorial candidate cannot be wearing two hats. The hat of APC senatorial candidate and the hat of the grandmaster.
Well, there's a new kind of democracy that is playing out.
Very amorphous.
Who knows? We'll see.
Very fluid. I like you. You speak good grammar. You know, I went for Amweba, you went for fluid.
It's semantics.
Fluid is the word. 30,000 naira minimum wage. Governors demand review of revenue sharing formula. If workers will get 30,000 naira minimum wage, then there is a need to look at the sharing formula again. That's what the government
about time saying. Because the sharing formula we have now is somewhat
it's skewed.
And foreign investors withdraw 642 billion naira from stock market. Not looking too good, is it?
It's not a very good piece of news.
All right. Let's move to the nation now. INEC clears Buhari, Atiku, Ezekwesili, Okoti, others. No APC
Was it because I wanted to talk about the bad economy that you will quickly move to the
news? No, because we're pressed for time. We have to quickly
manage time.
Through, yes.
We are blessed for time or pressed for time?
No, we are blessed, but we want to mange time.
Okay. Because, you know,
I
want to whoop as a Pentecostal pastor. Blessed for time.
Gbola No APC candidate in Rivers. Kashambu's men listed for Ogun. All right, we have about 73. Well, the other paper reported 72.
That's a tragedy for PDP.
Presidential candidates, exactly.
They are anointed or they are elected or choosing candidate has actually now been legally rubbished to...
Yeah, we wait to see how these things will play out. Rufai urges CJN on not going to resign and on minimum wage revenue sharing formula for review. Okay, and Nigeria, Brazil seal $1.1 billion agri deal. And I always fear that I might not live long. BC Akonde saying there. And his
Baba, God has been gracious.
God has
30 years after your expectation. We serve a living God. Sorry, I'm feeling, I'm just feeling,
okay.
you know,
All right.
I'm feeling,
all right, let's leave it for this morning.
All right, to the Daily Sun, that's our last paper this morning. Atiku in US to meet government officials and Nigerian community, and also to address Chambers of Commerce audience in Washington. Governors demand rejig of sharing formula, hinge payment of 30,000 naira minimum wage on increased allocation. Elections, Rivers,
restructuring is surreptitiously coming in now.
Exactly.
Restructuring.
In a different way.
Maybe that's the end game. Human Rights Watch indicts federal government on security, says 1,200 people
Take it to the picture. My sister, take it to the picture. Yeah, the camera woman, take it to the picture.
The camera is panning down.
Somebody was talking about how delectable this lady is at 70.
At over 70.
And you know what?
Florence.
I pray that the God of heaven will make her so. Am I sorry?
Yeah, you know, like they say, 50 is the new 70.
No, 50
people
is
are
the new
looking.
30.
Yeah, 50 is the new 30.
70 is the new 50.
70 is the new 50.
Okay.
You see now, somebody's prayer has even been well.
We're learning new things every day.
People are looking more youthful these days. This is a good one. Senator Florence Itagiwa.
Just overheard, she was saying, "No, at 70, she could. I wish I could look like this." So I've turned into a prayer point.
And we say amen to that prayer point.
Yes.
And again, court extends order against trial to January 28. The last is yet to be seen.
You know, technicalities. I can afford to be presumptuous about making a prediction on this and not case. Technicality will win the day. And technical look.
Especially based on precedents and what has happened before in the case of Gbola and of course, Senate.
No, but the point is,
do you know what we mean by legal technicalities? The case will be going nowhere far.
No, but senior advocates have said we're not even talking about the substance of the issue now. The point there is the process have to be right, and process is anyway. Maybe we're saying the same thing. Technicalities or process, I guess, is the same thing.
If you like, you can join the senior advocates of Nigeria. I will stay on the ordinary side of the bar where I am. You be in the inner bar, but I just know technicalities will win this game.
It's all right. Let's see how things play out anyway.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Always a
for
pleasure.
coming on the program this
Wonderful
morning.
privilege.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To be on your side.
Right.